everyone, welcome back. You're still with us on Morning Thailand, and now we take a look at some more updates here. I've got more updates on the investigation into the case of the former Nen Khammang Kun Gop. I know you just don't want to hear this anymore, but there's
I think he becomes one of the favorites now. You know, I kind of like
not just in Thailand.
Exactly, it's easing in because now I find myself wanting to know more about him. So what does he do now?
Now, there's a lot of issues and details being surfaced here because the DSI has already launched an investigation into the issue. And there's a news sources said that now Nen Khammang or Virapon Supon had already defrocked, and it happened 3 days ago in a temple in the United States. This is confirmed by Phra Kru Suri Vimon Saratham. He is a senior monk in Srisaket province who has been contacting a Thai journalist working in Washington. And he confirmed that Nen Kham had already left monkhood so that he could travel more freely in the United States. Kun Gop. That's the reason.
Okay.
Because if he's going around in a monk robe, that would be more identifiable. And
he couldn't think about that before. I mean, seriously.
Because now U.S. authority has already been informed about the problem, and already DSI confirmed that his visa in the United States has already been revoked, and now the U.S. authority are helping us tracking down this man. Moreover, DSI said that Virapon is in the process of asking for asylum in the United States. That's a very good move. However, DSI assures that he wouldn't get it that easily because there's a string of criminal cases under his belt, including sexual molestation, money laundering, and a lot more, which is not politically motivated. So it's not easy to get asylum.
That's very personal, I would say.
And moreover, DSI had already contacted the Interpol, so will be alerted as soon as he board any plane. Moreover, there's more details about the insurance coming up there because DSI has already found that a close aides of Nen Kham had bought insurance packages from various institutions and companies, but not under his name. He used the names of his close aides and a name of an old woman in Ubon Ratchathani province buying the insurance packages worth in total more than 500 million baht.
Man, his life worth a lot, I gotta say. That's just really fishy. That sounded like money laundering, don't you think?
Right? That's what the DSI has suspected as well. And moreover, yesterday, the managing director of the NS Speed Auto Sale and Service, the dealer here in Bangkok, has been interrogated with the DSI here. And he said that he had sold 3 cars to Virapon when he was still in monkhood back many months ago. There includes the Maybach 62S model, 6 BMW X6 model, and Porsche Cayenne. That's very nice.
See,
nice, right?
I start to think that monk is actually a good occupation if you can make that much money. But that's sad because you're supposed to like refrain from all the earthly sin. And obviously, I think he included all the earthly sin into his list there. Right. Okay, good. Good update.
We still have to hear more from the U.S. authority now that his visa has already been revoked, even though he still got residences in the United States. But that wouldn't be easy, I hope.
It's going to be very interesting to see him come back. I can't wait. Right.
Moving on to more updates here about the Al-Qaeda clips, the possible Al-Qaeda clip that's a post. A death threat to the former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. There's more reports coming here that the Deputy Prime Minister Kun Pracha Promnok claimed that that was a fake, and it has been made in Thailand. Kun Pracha, who also oversees the national security, also said that those who made the video clip will hold the people who are anti-government. Yesterday, it seems it was said in the newspaper that they are member of the White Mask group. However, the White Mask had already come out and opposed it against his opinion. So Kun Pracha said it was just a group of people who want to overthrow the government. And they found that the video was uploaded outside Thailand so that authorities could not find the perpetrators that easily. And moreover, he confirmed that it was not uploaded in Malaysia but in another country, which they already know who are these 3 people in the clip.
Really? How do they know?
I'm not sure
That's
yet.
interesting.
He said that if he's not a real Al-Qaeda member, they would show their faces.
And the thing is, it's interesting how they find out about how it's not, it is domestically made, obviously.
There's some interesting information here because they said that from the investigation with the National Security Agency, they heard voices of bird shipping in the video clip. The length of the clip is 2.45 minutes,
right.
And in the 17 to 18 seconds they heard.
Are you saying they
that
could identify the bird?
Yes, in Thai they call nok rong hua chuk,
which is the local known bird.
Right, the local birds in Thailand, and this bird was found in Southeast Asia to the eastern of Asia, but not in the Middle East.
All right, so
it's impossible that
is these 3 Al-Qaeda visiting the area? So I think it's interesting how they find out about this, and it's so CSI driven, because I'm a big fan of all these crime series and
that's
such.
not very easily that you can identify is this species, this particular species bird.
I'm impressed. It's actually pretty good. I'm proud. All right, so interestingly enough, let me see here. They call it
the red whisker boo-boo.
Okay, there you go. That's the name of the bird. Red whiskered
boo-boo. There's a beautiful bird with a lot of colors, beautiful feathers, and
a key witness to this particular clip. All right, moving on very quickly before we go for a short break here. I've reported about the preparation for the mob yesterday, Kun Phai, about how they will get ready for all the people that will be protesting. Now, of course, yesterday was the last day. Well, today is the last day of practicing for this particular case, and they say that at this point, Kun Pracha Phumnok, the Lieutenant Police Colonel, Police General Pracha Phumnok, has came out and said that they are trying their best to make sure that they prepare for it, and he said that if it got to the point that it gets so bad, they might have to declare or use the Security Act that we have. So that means that, there might be some curfews going on. There might be, such and such.
Come on.
But I don't think the crowd control would be that hard, because I think we have seen quite a peaceful protesting. So I would say that that's probably worst case scenario, might not happen. At this point, they say they have like 20 of the troops that are ready to actually work into this, because they're expecting about 5,000 people. We're not sure how many, obviously. And interesting part, just updates here that I find interesting. We thought that we're gonna have all these policemen ready to actually take care of in terms of crowd control and make sure that the mobs didn't get worse. But there are also 2 sets of 10 officers that are ready to be in the parliament during the deliberation to take the MP out of the room.
Escort,
yes. Let's just go. Escorting the MP out of the room in case those people or those MPs tends to instigate violence within the house itself. That's what they say in the parliament.
Oh, so there is a protective measures for the violence that might happen inside the parliament.
Yeah, because we don't want a brawl to, just kind of a kicking and punching. I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows what's going to happen? There's going to be a lot of verbal violence and such, but I don't know whether or not, there would be all this crazy, but it's interesting.
That's very high anticipation.
Exactly. 2 sets of 10 staff ready. So all the MPs behave, because you might be escorted with 2 officers on each side to leave the house. So those are the updates that I have for this particular case. Now Kun Chen obviously will give us a little bit more details. I believe she's going to talk a little bit about the mobs that apparently has already arrived. And we're talking about the deliberation that's going to be on the 4th. And we talked about, perhaps an early reservation of a spot.
The front row
but
seat.
I did not realize that it's going to be like 4 days early, things like that. So
as you can say, there's many people planning to coming in.
Yeah.
So
this is just one.
Them.
Yeah, this is just one group. So we're not sure like what's the yellow shirt gonna do, what's the multicolored shirt gonna do, what the list go on. So at this point, as you can see, we are trying our best to prepare for it. But let's take a short break, and then we'll come back, and Kun Chen will give us a little bit more about this information. So stay tuned.